A lot of us have been engaging in something called Schadenfreude. Am I pronouncing that right?
Schadenfreude.
Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude. What's Schadenfreude? Schadenfreude is pleasure derived from someone else's misfortune. We saw it with Amber Heard last year. We saw it with J-Lo this year. We saw it with Drake and the Kendrick debacle. And now we're seeing it with Trump after he was almost fatally shot. A lot of people wishing that the shooter didn't miss, which had me wondering, if Trump did die, would the left be celebrating? Which begs us to ask the following question. Is there anything wrong with celebrating the death of someone who you perceive as evil? Like, it's totally okay to celebrate the death of Hitler, right? I asked this question on my Instagram story, and I was actually quite surprised to see so much of my audience agree that yeah, there's nothing wrong with celebrating when someone evil dies, given how much I feel my audience values humanity. But I also totally understand, given the context of the collective pain those who value humanity are feeling after being increasingly exposed to the avoidable suffering happening in Palestine, Sudan, the Congo, not to mention the anxiety that those who value humanity are feeling over the imminent harm to women and marginalized groups under a country governed by Trump. I've talked about it before, but there's a subreddit called Change My View, where people write statements and will ask the internet to change their view and will award commenters points called deltas if they can successfully do so. I found one titled, "Change My View, There is Nothing Wrong with Celebrating When Someone Evil Dies." The original poster includes the following point in his post. He says, "You can also convince me that no one is ever evil enough to celebrate their death, but the hard version of that argument must pass the Hitler test, i.e., you'd have to argue that even Hitler's death doesn't deserve celebration." This was the comment that changed the original poster's view, and maybe it might change yours. My questions are, who determines what is evil? And what does such a celebration do to you? Polarization, along with dehumanization,